for more. Now, Rob, I told you before Breeze Award-winning update that the NBA has officially weighed in on that controversial no call at the end of regulation. Arthur Thompson, Cade Cunningham, J.B. Pickerstaff, all up in arms because there should have been a foul there. We should have got free throws and a chance to win Game 5. And the NBA came in minutes ago. Hell no, that was not a foul. The refs were correct not to call a foul. It was incidental contact at best, marginal contact at worst. Therefore, no foul.
100%. They got it right, Rob G. Excuse me. They got it right. Stop it. That was the biggest baby, them crying, oh, my God, that was a foul. He should have been to the line. And the other thing, Rob G., he was a 57% free throw shooter. What if he missed both of them?
Oh, he totally would have missed both of them. Are you kidding me?
Am I right with the pressure?
They're like, hey, if you make one, we win this game. No, I'm missing both. I can't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that came out because I heard Brian Windhorst and some other people belly aching on TV this morning, and I'm just like, dude, I just didn't see it that way. I think it would have been a travesty, Rob G., if they called a foul there. It really would have, considering what the Cavs were able to do to come back, and it wasn't a foul like that. It was incidental contact.
Absolutely.
You're going for the ball, right? You're going for the ball. You could tangle up feet. It wasn't like he had a clear path, he had the ball or something, and the opponent tripped him on purpose to try to slow him down or stop him. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the 2-minute report. Thank God for the 2-minute report. We finally got something that was a confirmation rather than the
usually
contradiction.
It's like, hey, we missed that one. Yeah, that's our fault. You know, that's usually what we get. You know what's interesting about that, Rob, is while I am like you, I agree it was not a foul, and I'm glad they did not call it a foul because I thought it would have taken away from what was. I'm not going to say a great comeback for Cleveland, more of an incredible meltdown for Detroit. I viewed it more as a meltdown than a comeback. That's my opinion.
I get it because you have to have the other team has to help you.
Exactly.
So I don't disagree.
24-second violations, you give that away. But
even Cade got stripped in his own end.
Exactly.
I mean, dude, that was a huge play. Are you kidding?
Exactly. And the reason why I was surprised, though, that they did not call the foul is because we had just seen earlier this week the NBA had released some numbers indicating that the refs have been calling about 11% more personal fouls per game in the playoffs than they did in the regular season, which would have made it the largest differential in NBA history. Because usually, historically, they call it really ticky-tack in the regular season. That's why the games are so many free throws, because you tap them on the shoulder and it's a foul and it might be a flagrant.
Oh, if you touch anybody,
right.
My God.
And they say in the playoffs, we're going to let them play. It's going to be more physical. It's basically two different sports. And what we've seen up until this point, I guess last night notwithstanding, is that they have been calling it much tighter than expected. And the fouls are going up. So, Rob, I ask you, just as someone who's covered the league for so long, is that a situation where the NBA has kind of lost their way a little bit, where they're trying to make it so these games are similar, where it's the regular season and the playoffs are more like the same sport all year round? Or is it something where maybe it's gone off the deep end, where these players are expecting not to get called for fouls as much, and they really ratchet up the physicality, and they're just getting their hand caught in the cookie jar?
I think that's it. That's the latter. I really do. That they're not expecting. They're thinking that they're going to let them play. And that could, you know what the big thing, Rob G., when you think about it? Could it alter OKC this year?
And that's a big, they're relying on the free throw or on the fouls both ways.
They rely on the idea that they could be very aggressive and very handsy and very touchy and physical and pushing. I mean, and they get away with it. Most of the time they don't get called. I know they get called sometimes, but they get away with a lot. And if this is going to change, because I'm telling you right now, I believe this. If they called a tighter game on SGA and on OKC, they wouldn't be in the position that they're in. They wouldn't.
That's fair.
Because even SGA, dude, does he not push off on every?
Yeah, he's perfect that little chicken wing.
Yeah, he pushes off
every play.
I mean, dude, if you remember in the playoffs when they stopped giving James Harden that call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yep.
It changed everything for him.
Yeah.
He was always looking for that call, right? Going to the lane, kind of like a little physicality, and they would just be like, nope, play on.
Yep. And Rob, and to that point, I agree with you. I think that more than, because, there's this narrative about James Harden that he's like a mental midget and that he doesn't perform well when the lights are the brightest and he doesn't want to shoot the ball and he turns the ball over. And that's been a narrative for a while. But I tend to more agree with you. I think that James Harden, for like a decade there, played a certain style of basketball in the regular season where he was always hunting for fouls. He was doing every trick in the book to get a hook or a grab of something.
Put up a three-pointer over the line, right?
Over the step back or whatever it took, selling, embellishing calls, whatever. And he would get to the free throw line. So that to a point where defenders would try to defend him with their hands behind their back to exaggerate the fact that they were not reaching in. And then when you get to the playoffs, they let all that stuff go. So everything that made James Harden the MVP candidate, arguably the best player in the league there for a couple of seasons, all those advantages disappear because they're not letting him do all that stuff. And SGA seems to have been the reverse of that because he still gets all those calls offensively and defensively. OKC can grab, hold, chuck, whatever it takes because they have a reputation for being a physical defense and they let that slide.
100%. And it could change overnight. Do you agree with that? If they start calling it on SGA or calling some fouls, it could change.
Absolutely. If they decide we're going to, not overreact to this report that 11% of our fouls are up now. Like, hey, well, we can't have our playoff basketball be decided with free throws, right? So let's go back to letting these guys play a little bit and let it be decided on the court. And if that's the case, then especially if it's San Antonio, they could be in a rude awakening.
Right. You just hate that the officiating is so much a part of the game, and I get it. And there's always been calls in different situations, but finally they got that right. Last night was good that the NBA came back because I just heard too many people belly aching, and JB Bickerstaff, I just was like, when you come out and he's been saying, oh, yeah, ever since we went to Cleveland, they get more free throws than us. And like, dude, come on, like, stop. Like, you had a 15. Didn't they have a 15-point lead yesterday?
15-point in the first half.
So how did you get a 15-point lead if they're getting all the calls and all the free throws? How'd you build You're down by 15 at the start of the game. Then maybe I might buy it in every game, and you have to come back. You've lost leads, right?
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
All right.
Well, Rob, let me tell you something real quick. I know that you're back in Detroit, taking care of some personal stuff, getting your money stacked up in ways we can only imagine.
Yeah, right.
But I want to let you know that something happened here in Los Angeles where you lost twice in the span of about 30 seconds. Rob's he's a two-time loser today, folks.
Wow.
And I'll tell you how next.
It's so funny. Because my ex-wife says I'm a 3-time loser. I'm only a 2-time loser.
All right. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Rob G sitting in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. Rob, what do they got to do?
Stick and stay.
Especially if you got the number to Spectrum Internet for Kelvin in the US of A.
The self-proclaimed king is out of the playoffs, and now it's about his future. Fill us in.
Yeah, all signs point to LeBron James, another offseason of will he or won't he? Is he going to retire, or is he going to ride off into the sunset, or is he going to stay with the Lakers, or is he going to go play someplace else? We don't know. LeBron says he doesn't know. But at a minimum, according to Lakers executive Rob Pelinka, they want nothing more than to see the king back in the purple and gold next season.
I think the first order of business is allowing him to spend the time he needs to decide what his next step are. Does he want to play another year in the NBA? And that'll be, as he said to you guys last night, family time, I think time with his inner circle. And we just want to honor that for him. Of course, any team, including ours, would love to have LeBron James on their roster. That's a blessing in itself, just with what he does.
Rob Pelinka is full of BS. Can we start there? Because if they wanted LeBron James back, they would have offered him an extension, which they never officially did. Okay, but whether you could say the money that they wanted, well, you make an offer, and then if you really want to figure it out, LeBron would have had a chance to decide whether or not that happened. That did not happen. So I'm not buying this whole idea that it's about giving LeBron some space and time. If you really wanted the guy back, that's what you would have done. But I have the solution for LeBron James. It won't take you long, okay? Really quick.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, is this on?
It's on even in Detroit.
Retire! LeBron James, retire. I know you didn't get the send-off that you might have wanted and all that. You got everything else. There's nothing left for you. There's absolutely nothing left for you to continue to play other than the stockpile numbers that are meaningless and can't get you anywhere else. A 4-game sweep by OKC tells you where you fit in. I get it. Luka wasn't there, but last year y'all got knocked out in the first round with Luka. Austin Reeves was there. Dude, this team, the way it's constructed right now, is not going anywhere. All these young teams, young guns. You've done everything you wanted. You've compiled all these numbers. You're the all-time leading scorer. You won 4 championships. You've got 1 million travel miles by skipping team to team. You've done everything you want to do. You forced the Lakers to draft your son. You were the first father and son team to get swept in a 4-game series. I mean, all the stuff.
Stop it with these ridiculous stats.
You got everything. You got everything you want.
You got to be kidding me. I'm shocked you. You know what? I'm shocked you waited that long to get that one in. I thought that would be on the lead, Rob G. The first father and son to get swept. I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked when I walked in here and was like, "Oh, that's not what he's talking about right out the bat."
But my point is, dude, give it a break. Can you stop? Seriously. You've been around. The worst thing you want to be is stick around too long. You've already been around too long. People get tired of talking about you. People can get tired of the whole, can we stop with the LeBron and Michael Jordan conversation? I think he conceded just recently that he's not the GOAT. So what is the purpose of you continuing to play? You're going to go to another team? Is that what you want to do? Leave the Lakers, go play a year somewhere, go back to Cleveland, disrupt what they have going on for your own selfish reasons, bring your son back. Is that what you really want to do? I'm sure Donovan Mitchell really wants to be involved in that. Retire LeBron is so simple. There's nothing left on the plate. It's licked clean. Move on with your life. Go make those movies. Go do whatever you want to do in Hollywood. But you should not play basketball next season.
Ain't nobody telling you to retire. You've been here 40 years talking about you want to go 5 more years. You're going from city to city. Look at you hopping cities. Now you in Detroit again. Nobody's telling you to retire. Listen, I'm going to put it like this. We had this conversation 4, 5, 6 months ago. I actually get a lot of what you're saying on some sincerity. It makes sense, right? He's done everything. He's checked the boxes. You either say he's the GOAT or he's number 2 or 3 at this point. It's not changing for most people. Either he is or he's not. It's not really budging either way for most people. The challenge, I think, Rob, is he played very well this year. And for the Lakers organization, he was their most consistent player. Luka, we know, is their best at this point in their careers. But Luke was in and out of the lineup. Then obviously they lose him for the bulk of the end of the season and obviously into the postseason.
It is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Rob G sitting in for Kelvin Washington.
Cincinnati, WKRP. Sorry about that.
I thought you were going to sing from the beginning, and I forgot you're eating that brisk salad right now, so you couldn't get the words out.
I had to have a salad, like mixing a salad here, you know?
That's right. We are the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, counting you down to the NFL schedule release here in about 15 minutes. Got some thoughts coming up on that. But in the meantime, in between time, it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
I need baby oil. I do need baby oil tonight. Guess where I was last night? Alex, Rob G, you ready?
What?
3-0 last night.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? And the best part was I nailed the Cavs plus 4.5.
Wow.
And Kelvin tried to push me and go, oh, they're going to win the game? And I said, yes, they will win the game. And James Harden will go off, and he went off with 30 points. So 3-0, that brings me to 136 and 103.
Wow.
33 games over 500 against the spread. How's that?
Yo.
How are those apples? All right.
I'm not
Tonight, you're not impressed. Tonight I got Kansas City minus 1.5 runs. They're in Chicago taking on the White Sox. I also have the the Dodgers minus 1.5 hosting the San Francisco Giants as they wrap up that 4-game series. Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 4-game series in Los Angeles. So again, Kansas City minus 1.5 at the White Sox. That's my best bet. And I'm taking the Dodgers minus 1.5 hosting the San Francisco Giants, who they shut out last night 4-0. And remember, Rob G, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. I don't know how you could say 136 and 103 and you're not impressed. That
because
is
you're not putting real paper down, Rob.
I got kids to put through college.
And on that note, it's time for the Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Hanafi from the belt deals. Soto swings and tags this one deep to center. Perez back onto the track. He's at the wall. Gone! Juan Soto goes deep. The Mets have hit 4 home runs today.
New York Metropolitan's radio on the call there. That Play of the Day was brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. So, Rob, last segment, quickly. I said that you were a 2-time loser here in Los Angeles on Thursday. And I stand by that because 2 of the things that you hate the most came together for one beautiful story. We all know how much you hate athletes getting statues. Anyone not named Rob Parker getting a statue is a problem.
I don't have a statue. I hate to break it to you. And I don't expect to get one.
But if you got one, would you be happy about it?
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
have a
okay.
statue.
Rob Parker.
But anybody else getting a statue?
I'll take the press box. I think for a sports writer, there's nothing better than that.
That is pretty cool. So we know
That's it.
we know you don't like people getting statues, and we know that you never miss WNBA basketball. So
I never watch it, so I never miss it.
Those 2 things came together in a big way on Thursday when Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles announced they will be putting up a statue of Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie alongside Kobe, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Gretzky, Riley, De La Hoya, Chick Hearn, West, Robitaille, Bob Miller, Elgin Baylor. The list goes on. Rob, your thoughts?
Wow.
Don't get fired, Rob.
I'm not.
Rob, caution.
No, I'm not. What?
Lisa Leslie's awesome.
I get it. I just the WNBA's been around for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. Is that what we're doing now? I'm asking.
She did play 12 seasons in that arena.
The league's been around like 30 years. I guess. I'm just so against. I don't know how many championships did they win when she was there. I don't know. I'm asking you.
She led the Sparks to their first 2 titles in 2001 and 2002. She also became the first
asking because I
player
really
to ever
don't know.
dunk in a game.
Okay. And
Rob's like, that's an incredibly low bar for a stat check. And I can tell what he's thinking. I already know. He just doesn't want to say it.
And I just want to know now, in this statue, will she be surrounded by empty seats is what I want to know.
Wow. You're a fool.
Kawhi knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Kawhi plays in empty arenas all the time, yeah. You've been to that arena there down the street. It's beautiful,
you know what?
but nobody shows up.
I'm not here to dissect her career and say she's unworthy or whatever. I just think that we're statue crazy now in sports. Everybody shouldn't get their number retired. Everybody shouldn't have a statue. The way you hear people talk about Wemby, it's like they want to erect a statue and retire his number already. Like, I just don't, like, it's just too premature for everybody. It should be, the Lakers, the Lakers organization, or I should say,
crypto,
the arena.
The owners of the crypto arena, yeah.
It's getting like so you won't be able to walk inside there.
Yeah, they're running out of space.
How many statues are you going to put? Everybody get so now LeBron. You're going to put a LeBron statue out there too for his bubble championship.
Well,
I'm serious.
She will be the 15th statue in front of their arena.
Unbelievable.
And this is not the one. What is it in Philadelphia where it's the practice arena where they're like little 2-foot.
Yeah, that's the worst.
No, these are full like 12-foot statues that you got there in crypto.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just feels like a lot. That's me. I'm an old man. I'm sorry about that.
Speaking of a lot, NFL schedule releases out, and Rob's got some feelings on that as well. That's next.
We are Buzzword.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly. The Odd Couple. Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
News out of the NFL as the 2026 schedule has been released. For the season opener, we got a Super Bowl 60 rematch between the Patriots versus the Seahawks on Wednesday, September 9th. Holiday schedule-wise, there's 5 weekday games from Wednesday through Friday, starting with Thanksgiving Eve, Packers at Rams, 3 games on Thanksgiving, Bears at Lions, Eagles at Cowboys, and Chiefs at Bills. And on Black Friday, Broncos at Steelers. The Jets and Titans both received no primetime games this season. In baseball right now, still scoreless between the Phillies and Red Sox, end of the 4th inning. Cubs and Braves also still scoreless, bottom of the 3rd. Royals outscoring the White Sox 1-0. It is the bottom of the 1st. Earlier today, the Reds beat up the Nationals 15-1. The NHL playoffs, Sabres on top of the Canadians 3-2, end of the 1st period. I'm Brianna Miro.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2.
Number 2.
That's right, here on the Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Rob G in his stead. Kelvin will be joining us momentarily. But don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube. Man, yeah, a lot of people stop me. I'm here in Detroit taking care of some stuff, and people are like, yeah, we watch you on YouTube now. Yeah, you can do that too. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. It's real simple. And after you do that, you could tap the thumbs up icon. You can comment away. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe.
Well, Rob, speaking of the YouTube, I got some YouTube comments if you're ready for that.
I am. I just want to say, coming up in about 28 minutes, Eric Williams from Fox, the Fox NFL reporter, he'll join us. And we also have a shop talk, Rob G. You got some YouTubians. You got the Odd Mob. What do you got going?
The Odd Mob, Rob Parker. You know, and my favorite thing about the Odd Mob, and we've talked about this.
Oh, here we go. I know they're ripping me.
The guys who hate you or Kelvin or even me and Alex to a lesser extent, but they are the most faithful listeners and commenters that we have. Those are my favorite.
So I already know it's me. They're ripping me today.
Of course it's you. Profit 022, who people are calling the Doug Gottlieb burner account. I don't know if that's true or not. But Profit says,
doesn't he got a basketball team to coach?
I don't know. We're saying. He says, Rob Wrong Parker, the most unathletic black man in America, always putting his negative twist on other athletes who can do things that he can't do.
Rob G,
Yes.
I'm not patting myself on the back.
Okay.
Rob Parker.
Did I not have one of the most unbelievable NFL seasons that we've ever seen?
From prognosticating, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody who says anything otherwise would be lying. It's just the fact.
So that's your way of deflecting from the. I didn't say it was athletic, but damn it if I could pick a game.
No, but I'm not an athlete. I went to journalism school. I have a master's degree from Columbia. I didn't play for a team. You've never seen any video or me talk about my playing career and all that. I've never done that. That's not who I am.
But I have seen video of you swinging a baseball bat. I've seen
softball.
I've seen video of you putting a golf ball.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, I've never go around talking about when I played this and that and all that. No, that's not. People aren't here for that.
No,
I didn't play professionally.
That's true. And for them to bring you up unathletic like Jason Whitlock doesn't exist. Like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here?
I just don't understand. Like Rob G, you've seen me out there on the golf course. You see that softball swing. I mean, come on. I had a little something going.
You got something going. And then one more negativity.
And that shot against Nancy Lieberman.
I've seen that too. I seen it. One more negative. I just want to bring you back down to earth, Rob, because I know you're feeling good.
Of course. That's your life. That's your mission in life. Yes.
Rappin312 says, Rob, how did you trick company to actually pay you money for these horrible takes?
For 40 years, no less, huh?
Years,
is that unbelievable?
It's a new scheme every time. Is that what it is?
People just mad, just jealous. I don't know. What else could it be? All I've ever done is work hard, pull up my bootstraps, left no child behind. That's what I do.
That's what I do. Maybe they would get more jobs, too, if they were donating to the youth of America, right, Rob?
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
Even when I get fired, they bring me back.
That's
you know what I'm saying, Rob G?
That's true. Well, guys,
all right.
The NFL is out, Rob. The NFL schedule is out. The Los Angeles Chargers seem to be winning the year as they do every year, where they have the most creative, schedule release.
I guess when you don't win playoff games,
that's the only thing they do
that.
well. Like if you're not going to be good at football, you might as well have a good social media team. But one of the big storylines to come out of what we're seeing, because again, it's still trickling out. We're going to get all this as the hours continue. But one of the big storylines that we wanted to get to is we've now known for a couple of hours who's playing on Thanksgiving or the week of Thanksgiving and who's playing on Christmas, which as of now are the two marquee events for the NFL. And there are a couple of teams who are playing on both, right? The Rams are playing on Thanksgiving Eve. They're playing on Christmas. Not a surprise. The Broncos defending, young team. The Bo Nix looks pretty good. They were upstart team last season. They're playing on both. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, no surprise. Arguably the best quarterback in football right now. He's playing on both. But the one team that has raised some eyebrows about their appearance, both on Thanksgiving and on Christmas, the two marquee events on the NFL calendar, are your Chicago Bears.
It makes 100% sense. The NFL got it right. Hello, is this on? Of course the Chicago Bears are going to be must-see TV. Year 2 of Caleb Williams? Are you kidding me? And Ben Johnson? It's a work in progress, and last year was as good as it gets. So, of course, you're going to say, we want more of that. And we're going to want more until it stops happening. Some of the best endings to games came where the Chicago Bears came back to win in games they had no business winning. It was riveting television. Go to damn YouTube and watch the videos of the people in Chicago going bonkers. Every time Caleb Williams made a unbelievable throw to win a game at the end. That Packers game, they had no business winning. Incredible throw, incredible catch, a winner. Playoffs, they did the same thing. Are you kidding me? The Bears are the most exciting team in the National Football League. Not the best team. Most exciting to win because you can't count them out. Anybody who would say, oh, next year, there's no way that they're going to duplicate what they did. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to be like the Chiefs, where they won all these close games, and then the next year they didn't make the playoffs. I dare you to say the Chicago Bears aren't going to win a division and make the playoffs. I dare you.
Do it!
Because you're hoping and wishing. This team is only going to get better. Caleb is only going to get better. You've been counting this guy out. Worried about his fingernails instead of those touchdowns he's thrown to win games when games they have no business winning. And Ben Johnson with more time in the lab to continue to get Caleb ready for these moments and these circumstances. All of his teammates believe in him. They're never out of a game with Caleb Williams. This ain't new. For people who don't know Caleb Williams' history of winning a Heisman at USC, guess how he won his high school state championship? Guess how? Go Google it. Go find out. He threw a touchdown as time expired to win the game and win the state championship. That's what he does. He is that guy. Magical. Unflappable. He's groovy. How don't you want to see that guy?
Rob, okay. There's no debate that he obviously had some plays at the end of games. But a couple of things you're discounting that I don't think is fair. You are discounting the fact that for 3.5 quarters, he was bad a lot of games. So you're acting like he was Patrick Mahomes 2018-19, the duration of the season. That's the part that you're acting like him just having. It's like saying, hey, so and so can hit a last shot. It's like, yeah, but they looked horrible the whole game. So I'm not questioning did he have some spectacular plays. Nobody that's for sure. But let's not discount how his off target he was. Let's not discount how his own coach had some issues with him. Let's not discount how there's a lot of games they should have won easily, and they had to come back and win at the end. And
dude, you're kidding yourself with that nonsense. That's winning easily. That's a nonsense. It's about winning. It's about wins and losses.
No, there are absolutely teams you should go in and beat. Period. That happens. All that you know.
Like
that
the Lions should have beat the Commanders, right? With a 9.5. Right.
And guess what? That's why you bring it up every single day because they should have. You're right. They should have, without a doubt, and that's why you bring it up.
But but the notion that the NFL should go away from the Bears because they don't think that they're going to be good next year is outrageous. You don't do that. When you had Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? And you had a hit show on your first year. You know what they did? ABC added more shows. They didn't take away and go, well, you can't duplicate that. You'll never be as good as that. No, they added more shows. They added another show and another show. Of course, the NFL is going to put the Bears on. Until they stop winning, the Bears are going to be on television. It doesn't even make any sense what you're saying. Let's go pick the Raiders because they haven't won in 100 years, and maybe this is their year. That's not what you do.
I didn't say anything about the Raiders. We don't even know who their quarterback is. I don't know if it's Kirk Cousins, Mendoza. I have no idea what they're doing there. It's going to be interesting to see with the Bears. Because everything you said about the Lions and everything about the Chiefs, how they won a bunch of close games and it could go backfire on them, or how they won all, they were right there in these games and that. But
they didn't win like that. They didn't win on those great throws like that. They won on a fumble by the other team or a missed field goal. It was all lucky. It wasn't a great throw at the end of the game. It wasn't the same. What games were you watching?
They had some games where they had to have some miracles happen. That's a fact.
When?
I'm not taking credit for that.
Miracles as in teams melting down.
I'm not taking away anything from the last second. I'm just saying and also we got to see what the Vikings going to be like. Do Lions bounce back? And the Packers should be good as well. I'm just saying I'll be interested. I don't know if the the Bears will be able to duplicate what they did last season.
So the league shouldn't have them more national games. That's what. That's your argument.
I didn't say that. I just walked in on that. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have them on. I'm saying I'd be interested to see if they're going to be the team to take a step back, similarly to how you talked about the Bears and the Chiefs, is what I'm saying right now. They have a potential to be the team that they have a potential with Caleb Williams to be, if he is as good as Ben Johnson hopes he can be, they can be special. But I also think with him, they have a chance to step back and go backwards and not
Pick
be
a
terrible.
side. Which one are you saying? Are they stepping back or not?
Yeah,
Pick a side.
I don't think they're going to replicate. I'm saying
what does that mean? Are they not making the playoffs? Are they going to be? Just tell me what you think. They're not making the playoffs. They won't
be magical.
No. Are they going to win the division? Or are they going to make the playoffs?
They're not winning the division.
Okay, and they're going to make the playoffs.
The division will go to either the Packers or the Lions. Hopefully.
Okay, and will they make the playoffs?
I got to fully look at their schedule. I can't say that quite yet. I got to fully look at their schedule because I got to look at their schedule before. But I know their schedule should be harder this go round as well. So I'm not. I just want to see if they can if he specifically will get better and be able to duplicate. Because I'm just the last 2 minutes of a game doesn't mean that he was great, because when all the other indications were that he had a subpar.
It's about winning and losing. It's about winning and losing. Come on, man. You're better than that. You're better than that. You're going to talk about you'd rather him play better in the first and second quarter and lose the game.
Why is that crazy? That doesn't
make
Why is that crazy that I want my quarterback to play well?
It's the end result is winning.
Because I can't guarantee.
Cade Cunningham had 39 points last night or whatever it was, and guess what? He got stripped in the backcourt and gave up an easy basket. I remember that play. I don't remember the 39 points.
He's going to throw alley-oops and they're going to get caught. But what I can guarantee is when you're playing as good as Patrick Mahomes or as good as Aaron Rodgers in his prime and other guys that win, Matthew Stafford last year, that I can guarantee that we're going to be winning games that we should win, and you're going to be performing well and not be the issue in some cases why we aren't winning. That's all I'm saying. I want to see him get better throughout the duration of the game. I don't think that's unfair to ask for him.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Will the NFL regret putting Caleb Williams and the Bears on primetime so often next season? That makes no sense to me, but this is the question. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you need some help with college in the US of A.
Rob G., Donovan Mitchell, of course, had the big game, the big second half. But there is a player who has actually played pretty well the last couple of games for the Cleveland Cavaliers. His name is?
Slim Jim Harden. Now, of course, let's not belittle the point. Donovan Mitchell had himself a heck of a half yesterday.
No, it was historic. It was historic. Well, only Eric Sleepy Floyd, right? He tied Eric Sleepy Floyd, right, with the 39 points?
That is correct. Now, Donovan Mitchell.
That's a throwback.
We talked about it during the game, during the show yesterday. 1 for 8 to start the game, only had 4 points at halftime. And then absolutely exploded in the second half. 38 points in the second half. Could have had the record if he would have made a free throw with 27 seconds left. Dude's a bum. He should have made that free throw.
Yep.
But the only reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers were even in it in the first half and were able to withstand that miserable first half showing by Donovan Mitchell and had an opportunity for the magical second half is because James Harden had another solid game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got game 3, plays 40 minutes, 8 of 14, 19.7 assists, had a couple of key baskets down the stretch to get them a win in that game. And in game 4, even though the shooting numbers weren't great, only 5 of 14, here's the thing. In the first half, held them together, finished with 24 and 11, only 2 turnovers, which is a big thing for him. And as a result, this series is tied 2-2. The Cleveland Cavaliers are live once again.
And Kelvin, I understand. I'm not even going to sit here. Donovan Mitchell's their guy, all right? If he plays poorly, they're not going to do anything. But James Harden is the one, as we talked about it for Game 4. He kept them in that game. The Pistons could have run away with it, right? Like their big dog wasn't doing anything. If James Harden had laid an egg in that first half, the Pistons might have been up by 14 rather than just 4 in the first half, and maybe could have withstood, the charge that came, It's not like they only wound up losing by, less than 10, 9 or something?
Yeah, it ended up being like 8 or 9, something like that, yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that could have made a big difference, and that's why I'm saying James Harden, if you're getting production and he's not turning the ball over, he makes them a tougher team to beat. That like really tougher. And I think they're hoping that they can get one magical game out of him on the road in Detroit. If James Harden can somehow turn back the clock or continue to play as well as he played the last 2 games, and again, the shooting numbers last night weren't great, but he had 24 and 11. Would you take that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you would, Kelvin, right? You'll take 24 and 11. So it's huge. And he, to me, if they're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and have a chance, to beat the Knicks, and I'm not one who's crowning the Knicks or crowning the Pistons or thinking that the Cavs can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
If James Harden is not the star, he doesn't have to be the star. He just has to be productive. Give them a couple, if you're playing a 5 or 6 game series, give me 3 or 4 games where you play well. Kelvin, not every night. He's 36. It's not going to be every night. I'm not sitting here telling you he's going to play like he played in Game 3 every night. If you're banking on that, it ain't going to happen for you. But you can't have the 2 bad games that he had in Game 1 and 2 in Detroit. That can't be consistent. James Harden is the X factor for the Cavs getting to the NBA Finals. I'm feeling more and more like he is going to be the reason that they have a shot. I believe that they come back and beat the Pistons in this series. And I don't even think it's going to go 7. I believe they steal Game 5 in Detroit. Kelvin, you tell me you watch the team closer than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Cade feels tired, looks tired to me. Am I misspeaking?
No.
He looks tired to me, and I'm worried. First game, he didn't have 20 points. He just wasn't in the flow, the mix. I don't know what it is, and it's felt that way the last couple games.
I think the benefit, you just mentioned something, the last couple games, and that's why you're right. And if this was the good old days and it was the finals, but just using it as an example of, remember it was 2-3-2 in the finals? No. If there were 3 in Cleveland,
that was to save money, right?
Yeah, I would be right. I would be like, ooh, because I do think a couple of things are at play right now. admit. Rob, you're a New Yorker. Aren't they? Where were they in New York? Chicago?
No, they were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They worked at a brewery.
Well,
I don't know what that means.
You watched it. You know all the shows. What did that mean?
I'm going to admit, like, I knew they're open or whatever. I didn't really watch Laverne and Shirley.
Okay.
I watched the first couple years of Happy Days and whatnot before it got ridiculous, and that was probably it.
The days weren't happy no more. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a TV theme song Thursday.
It just got
clearly.
ridiculous. The one where Fonzie jumped over a shark. Do you remember that? Like the term jumping the shark when the show becomes so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the writers think they could do anything and put them in any circumstance and people won't care. So he has on a leather jacket and he's on, you know what I mean, on a boat and he jumps over a shark. And that's where that term comes from, jumping the shark, where the show is
just doing too much.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I know you didn't. I'm assuming you didn't watch it, but Power got like that for me. It was really kind of surprisingly fun, and all right, the first 2, 3, then it got ridiculous. Like they just, all right, what's the most outrageous thing that would make no sense that we can do here? All right, somebody's got to die, but what's the worst way we can kill them and the most outrageous way they can die? Like it just started to get carried away season 4 for me. All right, University of Maryland Global Campus. You can choose from more than 65 online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. Eric Williams, Fox NFL reporter, on the way. And also we got Shop Talk. We'll see what Rob G cooked up for that in a little bit as well.
And I just looked up the meaning. Jumping the shark, used to describe a moment, a creative work, usually a television show, passes its peak, exhausts its core premise, and begins a decline in quality, often by resorting to ridiculous, over-the-top gimmicks to maintain popularity.
That sounds about like it. Fonzie in a leather coat, hair slicked back, jumping over a shark.
And that was season 5, 1977, where the Fonz, wearing a trademark leather jacket, literally jumps over a shark on water skis.
Yeah, they doing too much. Jaws must have just came out, and they were like, "Oh, that would be crazy if he jumped over Jaws." And every show has that. Most shows, like I didn't watch Game of Thrones. Rob G, Alex and Rob G just looked at me.
I know Alex watched it.
Yeah, Bree, Alex, and Rob G.
Wait, Rob, what you mean?
I'm just saying that's your kind of show.
Well, and he looks
Why is that my kind of show?
He looked
Why?
like a Greek guy or something.
Art thou not entertained?
Yeah. Everybody tells me the last season was terrible. See, look, Bree said it. Rob G said it. It always gets crazy. They don't know how to end the show. Martin was my favorite show.
Because all of a sudden they had smart cars in Game of Thrones. They didn't know what to do.
They jumped in the future. They got too far ahead.
They legitimately had Starbucks on the table in some of the scenes.
They did.
Because they had just totally
terrible.
forgot the plot. They're like, screw it. We're just trying to get to the end here. So there's actors who are doing a long table, discussion. Yeah. And if you look, you see a Starbucks cup like right there in the middle.
They forgot that was on the table. That's why.
No, that's awful.
Somebody got fired in continuity.
True.
You're supposed to watch. All right, how was their hair? Okay, what color was the jacket again? Okay, did we have Starbucks? Why would we have Starbucks? This is the year BC 2000 or something like that. Yeah, but the point is, shows land. They don't know how to land. They don't know how to end. It happens all the time. Martin got weird the last season because him and Gina couldn't be together, and it just got weird, and they started jumping the shark as well, man. Real quick, Rob G, anything else we want to hit real quick with the schedule?
Well, yeah, we just talked about the Bears, the last 20 minutes or so.
Bears.
That they are going to be on Thanksgiving and, more importantly, going to be on Christmas, a day which used to be reserved for the NBA, but now a couple straight years
Jesus.
now. Nah. Jesus lost that one to Magic Johnson.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. And now the NFL is like, nah, fam, you guys had that day. Now it's ours too. We taking the block.
How they going to take Sunday from Jesus? Then it took Christmas from Jesus? I mean, what is going on?
You ready
NFL?
for spring Easter leagues?
Spring Easter leagues. We're going to put the draft on Easter Sunday. Yeah. No, I think we talked about this last year or if it was the last time when the schedule came out, Rob. As a sports fan, I really enjoy the fact that there's certain things you kind of can lean on. Like you can know, all right, NFL is going to be around, first week of Sunday. All right, cool. September, got that. Bam, football's back. You're excited about that. Labor Day weekend, they kind of own that space. Obviously growing up in Detroit, the Thanksgiving days, everybody knows you're going to get 2 or 3 games on Thanksgiving Day. Christmas Day, even though the NBA typically starts late October or early November, depending on the year, you knew Christmas Day was kind of the tip-off. Like, that's when everybody's locked in. Football's winding down. Baseball's over. The World Series was a month and a half, 2 months ago. And you're locked in now to the NBA. And I just feel like, as a sports fan, I like that, having these dedicated days. You know, I know how it works with March and March Madness. Got Selection Sunday, then boom, the game's on Thursday. And NFL is impeding on that, and they're doing too much. You got pre-Thanksgiving games, you got Thanksgiving games, and then you got Christmas Eve, and you got Christmas, you got Black Friday games as well. They're doing too much. Are you with me on that, or am I wrong?
They can do whatever they want. I just don't watch. I don't have to watch every time they put something on. If I wanted, my tradition is to watch the NBA on Christmas. I can watch the NBA. It doesn't mean that I can't watch the highlights. You know what I mean? And keep up with the games. But I'm not going to let the NFL dictate. You know what I mean? What they're doing. Like it has become gluttony. And they just feel like they can do. And we're going to talk about it later on. There people are starting to step up against the NFL, and I love it because they have just decided that they're going to run roughshod and over everybody and just do whatever they want, and nobody can say it's become where fans have to revolt and push back. And we don't see it. The gambling aspect is what's the big part of the NFL, which allows it to. Right, that's really what it is. But there have been numbers declining and stuff, and people not being able, saying that they don't want to pay, all this money for all these services. You know what I mean? To watch the games. Yeah. There's been some pushback.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just getting over the top because there used to be some semblance from leagues, Rob, and you know this, covering it so long, where like unspoken gentleman rules. Like, hey, we're going to not impede on y'all day or your week. That's their thing. And then we'll come back on the other end of that, and this league will do that. And there were just kind of unwritten rules where the leagues didn't do that. Like, we work together because at the end of the day, we all have sports fans. We all win. And it seems like the NFL is like broken code. Like, nah, we're going to do what we want to do. Like, nah, screw that NBA. I know we used to work with y'all on that. Never mind. Hey, MLB, nah, we going to do that. Because, like, it used to be Friday Night Lights, right? Saturday was college. NFL Sunday, and now they're like, no, we'll take Fridays, we'll take Saturdays, we'll take and it's Sundays in the postseason. They'll take Mondays, take Thursdays. I mean, my goodness, I felt like I was Shirley Caesar. I want beans, greens, tomatoes, and then that's how they sound. Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My gosh! All right, on the way we got Eric Williams. We're going to talk some with him in just a little bit. Chop it up, but first we got to check in with if it's Bree. It's for we.
So just to piggyback on that, you know how every team social media, has a social media team that puts together things. So just like a few, just for everybody to go look at. The Rams did a Napoleon Dynamite kind of theme. And then for when they're going to face the 49ers, they have a book and it says electromagnetic field book because, the whole controversy with the team. The Chargers had a Halo video game theme. So definitely go check that out. And the Falcons, they kind of did like the Office theme. So those were like the three that I saw. It's become
the big thing. Every when schedules come out and all that, everybody has to do that. Somebody offended somebody last? Was the Dolphins did something? I have to look it up. But somebody did something that offended people.
Right now, so far, it's only the Chargers that have kind of mentioned the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini thing. Yeah. So that's just a very, very small portion of that. Alrighty, guys. So the season opener, we got the Super Bowl 60 rematch between the Patriots and Seahawks on Wednesday, September 9th. And for the first time,
teams should have, you know what, Bree?
What?
A cheating couples night.
There we go. And you could have
a cheating couples.
And then you have the T-shirt of the Coldplay couple.
Chick.
Wow.
Wait a minute, it's a side chick Saturday.
The T-shirt is the Coldplay couple.
That's right.
There you go. That's the T-shirt. Everyone gets a free T-shirt. Yeah, that's wonderful. For the first time ever, the season will include a Thanksgiving Eve game between the Packers at Rams. The Bills at Broncos playoff rematch will take place on Christmas. And the NFL will have a Falcons-Saints 20-year anniversary of the Dome-coming game, which was the Saints' first game back after Hurricane Katrina. That's just not me being a homer. It's just what's an interesting fact. And right now, in the NHL, it's tied at 3 between the Canadiens and Sabres in Game 5. 7.5 minutes left to go in this second period. And in baseball, still scoreless between the Phillies and Red Sox, top of the 6th. White Sox edging the Royals 2-1. It is the bottom of the 3rd. Back to you guys.
All right, Bree, thank you. I couple Rob, Kelvin on a TV theme song Thursday. Coming up in a little bit, we'll have Shop Talk, see what Rob G cooked up for that. But right now, we're checking in with Eric Williams, Fox NFL reporter, E-Dub NFL 22 on X. Eric, what's going on?
What's happening?
Fellas, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. obviously the NFL dropped their schedule. You know how they do. They take over the entire year. They're going to always give you something to look at. So we're just talking about these games. Just anything jump on the schedule, maybe the amount of international games. Go ahead, Rob.
I want to say, Eric, I think they got one thing right because the Jets, the Cardinals, the Titans, the Dolphins, and the Raiders have 0 primetime games. So I think the NFL's on the right
Don't do that to Rob G.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that, so let's just keep that local.
Rob G's sick right now.
How bad? You got the number 1 pick. Tom Brady is supposedly this genius. They want no part of Las Vegas, right? The Jets, I thought Aaron Glenn was turning the team around. Nothing with the Jets. They're not interested in that. It's amazing. Okay. Just saying.
They got the second half of the season to try to get flexed into one of these games if they won't handle their business the first half.
Who's the other one?
Oh, go ahead.
The other one. One other question. I'm sorry, Kelvin. The other one was Kansas City in the opener. Is Patrick Mahomes going to be ready? Is that what they're banking on? Or are we going to watch a backup quarterback? That's crazy to me.
From talking to people within the organization, they're optimistic that he's going to be out there week 1 and playing in that Monday night game against the Broncos. So, we'll see if he's able to make it out in the field. And if he is able to make it out in the field, is he Patrick Mahomes or what's his movement skills like?
I think it's the most ridiculous thing that they're rushing a guy of that caliber back just for whatever reason. Like the idea that you can't miss 2 games to make sure you're right and have something happen again is crazy to me. I just think it's...
The player's going to have some say in that as well, particularly if you're the caliber of Mahomes. And if he wants to play, I think it's hard to keep him out.
No, it's not, Eric. That's why you have coaches and doctors and stuff to save people from themselves. Every player wants to play. That's their occupation. They're players, so I understand that, right? They let Kevin Durant go out there with a busted leg. Everybody knew it was wrong, and they got cleared by the doctors with the Warriors. You remember that? Everybody knew it. Anthony Davis was injured.
Football players?
No, but I'm just saying the idea that players should have a call. No. We don't want you out there to save yourself. I just don't understand a franchise quarterback. You want to rush him? It seems fast to me. That's all I'm saying.
You only have 17 games. Basketball, you got 82. So the scarcity of games, the fact that there's only 17 of them, if he's healthy enough to play and he passes all the tests and the medical staff said that, there's no chance of being injured anymore in game 1 versus game 3, I think you throw him out there.
Yeah, I think they're going to put him out there. I get your point, Rob, but I do think, especially given that division, the Broncos look like they're going to be good. The Chargers should be good. Who knows how good?
Yeah, but what good is that if he gets re-injured early on? You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. I'm going to use an
example of, since you brought up basketball, I think it's a Jason Tatum thing where you're like, you working so hard to beat what the doc, everybody kind of put out your timeline was. Get ahead of that. Hey, Eric,
exactly.
I want to go to this. What do you make of the 9 international games? Are fans asking for this? Is this just NFL saying, forget what you want, we're just doing what's best, we're trying to globalize? What do you make of these?
I think there's a cap on what they can make in the United States, but there's not a cap on what you can make globally. So I think they're trying to expand in new markets to create new revenue streams, and the only way to do that is to get your product out there, overseas and in South America. So I think they're trying to do that a little bit more consistently with the 9 games now. Going back to Mexico City, obviously playing in Madrid and France and in Germany and obviously England, which they've been doing for a while now. So I think it's just trying to grow the market.
To me, it's a money grab on television. You take a regular season game, make it bigger than it is, and then you could charge more money or get people to watch. I don't know. Like, what's the difference if you sell out a stadium in where are they playing this year? Give me one of those cities.
Mexico City.
Mexico
City. Compared to playing, a game in a Giant Stadium or, one of the other stadiums in the United States. The only difference is being able to market the game differently, you know what I mean? And being able to make it a national game rather than a regional, local game. And it's just a game. It's a money grab.
Yeah, but I mean, having been to one of those international games, I went to the one in Mexico City when the Chargers played the Chiefs. It's a different vibe in terms of the international crowd that you're able to expose the game to. I mean, they're really festive environments because those people obviously don't get the opportunity to see the NFL product live. And so I think you are tapping into new markets to be able to go play in Brazil and Mexico City, places where obviously they watch the game on TV but don't get that chance to see those players live.
Hey, he is Eric Williams, Fox Sports NFL reporter, on with the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a TV thing on Thursday. Going back, you got one, Rob? Or was going to say?
No, go ahead.
So going back to the schedule here, we just discussed this. I mean, the NFL is going crazy with the idea of it used to just kind of be your Thanksgiving or a special day here or there. Now you got day before Thanksgiving, you got Black Friday, you got Christmas Eve, you got obviously Labor Day, all this. I mean, they are officially trying to take over and no longer have that kind of that quote-unquote gentleman's agreement with other leagues where, we'll let you have that day, or you guys, NBA, you can have, Christmas. Maybe we throw one game every now and again. They're saying forget all that.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to grab whatever they can in terms of eyeballs in different, time in different time sets. That they haven't been before. Particularly the day before Thanksgiving is the one that kind of, caught my end because, again, that's usually, you're just chilling with the family.
Right.
I can see a game, and now you're going to have Rams-Packers. I believe that's at SoFi. I'm probably going to end up going to that game. And then, like you said, Black Friday is another one that's unusual. So the competition is there. Other leagues, have to step up and just try to compete with what the NFL is doing by grabbing those other dates.
Yeah, well, good luck. I mean, we know the NFL is king in the States, and Rob always brings it up. A lot of it is to do, obviously, the games are great, scarcity, as you mentioned, but also just the fantasy, the DraftKings, all that stuff that comes along with it.
It's the fan. Yeah, it turned the whole sport around. That's when you got people who can pay attention to teams and players that they have no interest in. It changed the game. Like you're watching the Jacksonville Jaguars because you have a player or two on your fantasy team compared to caring about actually who wins the game. I think that's a strong thing when you can get that. That's how they get numbers. And, of course, it's a great sport to gamble in. All right. Anyway, Eric, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, no doubt, man. Make sure you go ahead and give him a follow. You can do that by following him at EWNFL22 on X. All right, on the way, Rob, Shot Talk. We're going to see what Rob G cooked up for us on this TV theme song Thursday. It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio. Don't act like our numbers don't be doing good on socials, okay? They're gonna see it back, Rob G.
We got more affiliates in Montana than people watching on YouTube right now. But in any event,
shout out to Montana. Tony Montana.
Victor Wembanyama had himself a ball game last night in a pivotal Game 5.
Now, remember, the next time you disrespect our numbers, I want you to show us your numbers on your podcast.
If we go subscriber count versus watchers, I'm killing
disrespect.
Y'all.
Okay,
I'm just saying, I get like 40% of our subscribers are all watching me. Can't say the same thing about the Odd Couple. But any event, Victor Wembanyama had himself a ball game. Game 5, they win going away. They are now up 3-2. Wemby finished with 27, 17, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. Just a monster on both ends of the floor. And after the game, Paul Pierce said on his podcast that Victor Wembanyama already, in his only healthy season in the NBA, best player he's ever seen. Take a listen.
This is the best basketball player I've ever seen play. He is the most complete player we've ever seen play the game. Like, we could talk about Broad, George, Joe. He is the most complete player in the history of the game. Like the way he influences the defense, and then when he turns it on the offense, and he's just making all kind of shots. The type of shots that he's making at this size, even the ones he missed where he got fouled and they threw the lob, and he almost made it. Like I'm looking like to contort his body the way he does it at that size. The putback and one, he reaches his hand with the touch, like all this little stuff. I'm looking at the little things that he's doing as a guy that size, and it's just like unbelievable.
And go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just going to say, am I supposed to, Paul Pierce, he's the one who doesn't have LeBron in his top 10. I'm supposed to believe
he's changed now, sitting around with KG. KG be keeping it real. I think he's changed him a bit.
You sure? Because I was supposed to listen to his basketball analysis on other players when he couldn't even keep it real with LeBron. Now he's going to tell me Wemby's the greatest thing who ever
He is mature, Rob. I tell you what, I don't. He's right in the sense that we throw that around a lot. Somebody's a freak. Somebody's a unicorn. Somebody's a this. Somebody we called Porzingis a unicorn, and he was. Wow, he can move pretty well. He can shoot the three. He's big, obviously. This is something completely different, and his term complete player is the scary part because he's only 22 and he's already that. Like by now, you could say, "Oh, LeBron, we saw what he was going to be coming," but you could say he's got to work on his jump shot, or he's good defensively, but there's a next level he could get to. And Jordan doesn't make his teammates better at this point in his career. He already does all of that, and that's what makes it scary. So to me, we start having that conversation of like, well, dang, he's the most complete. He's people are already saying he's the best player in the league now, and he could, how many MVPs will he win? And I think one of the things I start to think about, we had this conversation before too, and I don't know where you are on it. A lot of people will gauge the best based simply off of rings. Like, all right, well, this person has X amount of rings in any league, whether it be a quarterback, whether it be an NBA, that makes him the best. You can't be the best unless you have 6 or 7 rings in the NBA, right? You got at least tie Jordan.
That's not how it goes. But people aren't gonna say that a guy who hasn't done anything yet, who's still trying to get there, didn't even win he didn't win any awards like out of the womb that you're going to crown him as the greatest ever. Like I just think that it has more to do with that rather than winning rings. He hasn't won anything. If they lose this series, people are going to be ranting and raving in the streets. Oh, Wemby's the greatest player who ever played. No, they won't.
I think so. Not ever played yet, obviously, but I'm saying they'll say he's the best player in the NBA right now, and they'll say
Tim Duncan was a hell of a player, right? There's not too many things he didn't do well, and I'm talking about for his position. And guess what? Nobody even this guy won 5 out of 6 championships. I don't know what he didn't do. What do they call him? The big fundamental.
The big
and nobody ever ranted and raved about Tim Duncan. And I'm not saying that Wemby can't get there. I'm out front on the Wemby stuff, but I'm not there like where everybody just wants to crown people too prematurely.
And I don't disagree with that.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the crowd, but I think what makes him scary is what Paul was saying, the completion portion of it. Because Tim Duncan, for all of his greatness, Tim Duncan wasn't step back hitting threes. Tim Duncan wasn't grabbing a rebound, bringing the ball up, passing point guards at 7'5", 7'6". Like, it's freakish. And usually we can put holes in a game, right? Joker, as good as he is offensively, well, he obviously has massive limitations defensively, and there's things that he can't do agility-wise. He's not athletic like that, right? Which was fine because he's been the best player for the last handful of years. And you can go on down to Luka, as great as he is offensively scoring, doesn't play defense, doesn't get sucked into or he has to have the ball in his hand. Wemby can do whatever you want. Oh, you want me to just have 19 tonight and 19 rebounds and 10 blocks? Cool, I got that. Oh, tonight I got to drop a 40-piece? I can do that. bus drive by. It's all right. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington TV theme song Thursday. Big thank you to Eric Williams, just joined us. Rob G will get that up on the podcast in a little bit. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. All right, let's get into it.
I gotta admit,
go ahead, Rob.
Saved by the Bell was a good Saturday morning show.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
My first crush was on there. Lark Voorhees.
Is that what her name was?
Yeah.
I didn't know what her real name was. Okay.
Yeah, Bree over there shaking her head. Yeah, Lark Voorhees. She was that one back then.
Why it had to be just the sister? Couldn't have been one of the other chicks?
Well, I mean, I had some non-sisters crushes in my life too.
Racist.
Okay.
You know,
I'm just saying. I had a crush on Stevie Nicks. I still do.
I was about to say, I think you still do.
If I had a chance, Alex, I'm dead serious. Rob G, Kelvin.
Oh boy. If
I could go to a Stevie Nicks concert, get on stage, and plan a wet one on her, I would. I'm not even kidding you.
Okay, I gotta see what she's looking like right now.
All right, Rob.
See. Hold on, let me
Alex.
see.
Rob.
And you know what she would probably sing to me?
Oh, God.
Alex, you ready?
What?
Stand back.
Oh, no. Hey, is she married? Somebody find that out. Bree, is she married?
Rob.
No?
Caution.
Rob.
She's waiting for Rob.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like your favorite NBA player
How old is
ever.
Stevie Nicks now? How old is she? 80?
I'm looking. She's 77. Right up
Oh,
your alley.
my.
Right up. And she's, I believe she's close. She's either here, LA, or back home in Phoenix.
If Anyone Falls is another song. Stand back. If anyone falls.
Rob,
Alex.
Rob, you should get you a sugar mama. What's wrong with that?
I love Stevie Nicks.
Listen.
Is there a crime with that?
No, it's
at
not
all.
a crime. What we're saying is
Okay.
shoot. Shoot or shoot. You got
should.
a national platform.
All right, Rob G, what we got? I'm sorry.
Let's
I
get in the
just
shop
couldn't
talk.
help it.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Now, it's Shop Talk.
That's right. It's Shop Talk here on the Odd Couple segment. We talk about something happening outside of the world of sports. This week we're cheating because this week is inspired by the NFL. You guys just talked about it. The international slate that nobody asked for. They got multiple. They have 9 games across 4 different continents. Excuse me.
You okay?
Here are the cities. All right.
You mean countries?
Whatever.
9 continents.
It can't
Oh,
be,
you
they
make
don't-
it-
Let me get the question out.
There's no 9 continents. That's all.
Robin been to them all.
All right.
I've been to all 7.
So we
There's
got
no 9.
We got games in Madrid, London, Munich, Paris, Rio, and Mexico City. Guys, we all agree that if we're going to travel internationally, we're probably not going to see a football game.
Okay.
But of those cities, if you happen to be in town and the game was on and someone had tickets, which one would you be willing to be like, I've seen enough. This city's not that cool anyways. Might as well watch Falcons-Rams. So the least interesting of those cities.
The least interesting. All right, you gotta read. I'm looking for a pen so I can
read
read them all.
that list again.
I've been there.
London, Munich, Paris, Rio, Mexico City.
For me, I think it would be Munich.
Yeah, I think it's Munich.
I don't know. I don't have any feel for Munich.
Munich might be
anything.
lit, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I've been to all of those other cities, Rob G. I think I've been to all of them. London, I love, and Madrid, and all those places.
Madrid's great.
Munich.
Paris
Munich,
is
I'm not
great.
that crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Munich as well, and I've been to Berlin, Germany, but yeah, I don't have a burning desire to go to Munich. So yeah, I go check out a game in Munich. Somebody could sell me otherwise, though. Somebody could tell me like, no, Munich is lit, and like,
hey,
you need to be
Alex,
there.
Munich
I
is
want
beautiful.
you to go. I want you to go next.
Beautiful.
And then I want you to find the song "Pop Music."
I will for you, Rob. Munich is
Okay.
beautiful. I've been there multiple times.
Really?
Some of the most exquisite architecture of your time, beautiful food, wonderful people. This was the easiest choice of my life, Mexico City. All those people, I'm trying to escape them and go to a game for a day. Are you kidding me? One of the
That's
biggest
true.
populations in
No,
the
we
world.
talked about it. There's like 20 million in the metro
What are you going to
area.
do? I'd rather go watch a game. I'm chilling.
Bree?
Munich's
Okay.
beautiful.
Mexico City was mine too. I'm good.
Alex,
Don't
is
need to go.
Muzak. I'm sorry, Muzak.
Muzak? You mean Prozac?
Somebody's
no,
Zach.
Muzak. Pop City.
Did you
I
mention
mean,
Zach?
what
We
I
were just
say?
talking about Saved by the Bell.
Pop music. Pop music.
Rob G, did you say yours?
It's going to be a trio here. I'm against my own kind, Mexico City.
It's
What is
just
wrong
too
with
packed.
you?
If only
This is what you call.
because- Go
This is what
ahead,
you call
Rob.
self-hate. Go ahead, self-hate.
I wish I looked like Alex.
Oh,
no, so
my
here we
gosh.
go. So
Many do.
The reason why is a couple of fold. Number one, you guys mentioned 20 million people. I'm cool with that.
Racist.
Number two, it's at elevation. Oh yeah. And
Okay.
so that I've been to Denver, and I didn't. As much as Denver's beautiful, I didn't enjoy the thin air.
Okay.
And last but not least, from the people I've never been there, people I know who have been there, they say that it is to these people just a much cleaner version of Los Angeles. And it's like I live in Los Angeles, so I don't need to go see
let's
that.
be real. LA is lit. That's why we all live here.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a city. It's a lot of Mexican people there. I'm Mexican. I've been there before. I get it.
You don't be acting like you are sometimes.
Whatever.
You over here, Cooper flag and
But I found the lyrics to pop music. Are you ready?
Hit us with it.
New York, London, Paris, Munich. Everybody's talking about pop music. Talk about pop music. Talk about pop. Talk about. When we get back, Alex, we got to hear that. A little pop music.
He just hit me with the
New York, London, Paris, Munich. Everybody's talking about.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Something spooky, I do for you. I'm just trying to
News out of the NFL as the 2026 schedule has been released for the season opener. Got a Super Bowl 60 rematch between the Patriots and Seahawks on Wednesday, September 9th. For the first time ever, the season will include a Thanksgiving Eve game between the Packers and Rams in LA. In actual Thanksgiving games, the Bears are taking on the Lions in Detroit, the Eagles in Dallas to take on the Cowboys, and for the evening, the Chiefs at the Bills. And for Christmas, you got the Packers at the Bears and the Bills at Broncos, a playoff matchup. The Jets, Titans, and Raiders are some of the teams that received no primetime games. And in the NHL, the Canadiens are outscoring the Sabres 5-3, just ending that second period in Buffalo. At 9:30 Eastern Time, Game 6 between the Golden Knights as they're on the road looking to close out the Ducks. In baseball, right now, the White Sox are on top of the Royals, 5-1, top of the fifth. I'm Brianna Miro.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Unbelievable. Hour number three on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. We are the Odd Couple here on Fox Sports Radio. And guess what? Check out our YouTube channel. A lot of people have signed up and subscribed. You can do so as well. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. After you do that, why not tap the thumbs up icon and comment away? Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Also coming up in about 28 minutes, Foul or Fair with J.R. Gamble.
Foul!
From MLBBro.com. Of course, he's the managing editor. We also have a last call we're going to get to. So a lot to get to in the final hour of the program. Kelvin's in Los Angeles. I'm in Detroit for at least one more day. Yes.
Anything
back in the
interesting?
studio.
Anything new? You see anything that wasn't there? Any more gentrification? Anything else going on?
You know what? I've been so busy working actually on my house and stuff.
You've been working on ironing on MLB Network. Stop it. They caught you ironing.
No. I mean, that too, I know. That was pretty
that is
bad.
hilarious.
That was crazy. Alex, did you find that song? Did we get it or no?
Music.
Pop music, talk about. Top music, talk about.
Pop music.
Pop music.
I'm telling you, 1,000%.
All around the world.
77 and like 87.
What year was that, Alex?
I'm
77?
No, that was me saying
79.
That's what I said. From 77 to 87, Rob, you had a time. You had a time.
What would the staffers at MLB Bro think if they knew Rob was listening to this kind of music back then?
I think
what? I listen. I have an eclectic taste.
They're gonna pull a card? I think so.
You know what's funny though, Rob?
If I got mine pulled, Rob could definitely get his pulled.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I'll get this. You know, I don't like giving them,
you don't have a card.
I don't like giving them credit.
I know, what card
yeah, you are hanging on. You barely
Rob
hanging
G,
on.
Rob G, you have an EBT card or something. I'm just saying.
You hanging on. I don't even know what card you got anymore.
That's got to be racist.
No, Rob. You know what's funny? Rob, as in Rob Parker. There is something too, and I'm not trying to be funny. People his age, and I think it's a credit. I love it.
What? Here we go.
I'm dead
People
serious
my
though.
age.
Watch this. And I told you this. My mother, a few years your senior, there's something about that era. It was very eclectic, like musically. Like you could go from, like you said, to Stevie Nicks to Stevie Wonder to Michael Jackson to the Beatles and you have this eclectic taste from that era. And I my mother was the same way. Like we would go from Luther to the Cars, if you remember the Cars in the 80s.
Right, of course. You kidding, the Cars?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we would go from Hall & Oates to, you know what I mean, to Anita Baker and to the Winans, the gospel. Like there's something about that era that was much more, I believe, eclectic than I think we've gotten now. I think we've gotten and that's because everything has a universal sound. So everything sounds the same. Country sound like rap now. Obviously, rap sound like rap. Pop sound like, you know what I mean? There's everybody sounds like an extension of Post Malone is my point.
I guess I became, during the CD era, when I started buying CDs and all this stuff and finding all this great music, I just opened my ears to anything. I wouldn't let them tell me that I could only listen to the black stations in New York growing up. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I liked the song or I heard it was an oldie station I used to listen to, and I used to be like, that's a great song, wow. You know, and then I would do my research and all this kind of stuff. And then you don't even know most of the time, and I think for people who shut themselves off, go find out the origin of the song, who actually wrote these songs or whatever, you know what I mean, that were made famous by other people, and you would be a little surprised about how many of these songs, like the Beatles sang or whatever, that other people wrote and performed way before the Beatles ever did
Isley
it. But
Brothers
the Beatles made it favorite. Yes.
Taking stuff, they took stuff from them.
They did Twist and Shout, the Isley Brothers. That was their song.
Nobody knows that. And yeah, the 40s, 50s, 60s they're huge for that. Somebody has a great song, and it was 5 other versions of it. Like that was big for that. They called them covers back then.
Right. So that's what I started, when I started doing my research and so I just fell in love. And I'm going to give you one other quick story that involves a baseball player, was David Justice. I got hooked on Frank Sinatra. I think, Rob G, are you a Sinatra? Alex?
Love
Sinatra.
Blue Eyes.
Am I right?
Frankie.
And Kelvin, I don't know where you are. You
you
a
can't.
Sinatra?
He literally has one of the more unique, top 10 unique voices ever in mankind.
But I had gotten into it. And I tried to tell David Justice, like we were friendly, from the standpoint that we would talk or, he'd come to town or whatever. And it would be on in my car. And he was like, what is this? I'm like, it's Sinatra. Man, come on. I don't like Sinatra. Listen to that. Yeah,
Right.
So I wound up buying him like a box set, like the 50 greatest Sinatra songs or whatever. I just said, Dave, you can't say you don't like something when you haven't heard it. Can you just listen?
Mm-hmm.
Wound up liking it. Same thing. My wife-to-be, at the time, girlfriend turning into fiance to wife, all of a sudden, she's listening to Frank Sinatra in her car.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because she's around me and she's hearing these songs. And one time I get in the car, she has a CD in her thing. And it's a Sinatra. I'm like, what is this? Unbelievable.
Look at you out here just putting old blue eyes on everybody. But no, that's the thing. And so because of my mom, like I said, I grew up. That's why I can name some of those groups and just being into a bunch of different things. I love that. I think more kids should get into that. Exposed to other things and just what's being in front of them at the given moment. All right, Rob G, schedules, NFL. Who's going to get the games? A lot's going on with the new news.
Yeah, my Raiders ain't getting no games. That's kind of messed up.
They're not going to be there.
That's unbelievable. Like the first overall pick, they have no interest in him.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Seriously.
Honestly, that is very
Am
strange.
I right? That's the way I look at it. Like the first overall pick in the college draft, not once are they interested to see this kid.
We couldn't even get one of those terrible Thursday night games. Remember, Thursday night used to be like, hey, we're just going to everyone gets one, but it's going to be a terrible matchup.
We're going to throw you in London. It couldn't be Raiders, Jags. That's how it used to be.
That's messed up. But, NFL schedule release, big story, obviously. Been talking about it for the last hour or so. But another story, an offshoot of that, involves what's going on the TV side of things. Because, as you know, one of the big pushbacks on the NFL in the last basically 2 years is that you have to pay way too much money to watch all these games. Because you got to get it on basic television. You got to get it on cable for ESPN. You got to get Peacock. You got to get Prime. You got to get Netflix now. Like, you got to pay so many different things. And we just like it if we only had one option or 2 or 3 options, and that was the end of it. So the NFL, in an effort to, they say streamline, but to me it sounds like to get more money, went up to Netflix and says, hey, we're already giving you a couple of standalone games, some of our best games. We gave you a Black Friday game a couple years ago. We might give you a Thanksgiving Eve game, a Christmas game. How about, instead of you only getting 3 or 4 games a season, why don't we give you an entire NFL regular season slate? Just like Fox has one, and CBS has one, and to a lesser extent, NBC has one. And Netflix said, no, hell no. We have no interest in having 16, 17, 18 weeks worth of football plus a playoff game. We're just fine getting 3 or 4 really good marquee games, and we'll let the linear television folks figure out the rest.
Bravo to Netflix, my new hero, pushing back on the NFL, who once again is trying to fleece. Kelvin, the biggest thing going on right now is the NFL is telling people that they want to open up their contracts that they negotiated already. Tell them you better re-up at more money now, even though they already have a number that they've agreed to. No. Let's just rip that up and you pay more now. Otherwise, you'll have to pay more later and you might not get it. They're trying to strong-arm people into breaking the contracts that they signed because they want more money now. And how they threaten these people, television execs, is they do what they did with Netflix. These guys and these companies have endless amount of money. So they want more of it. And they want to strong arm a Netflix to try to get the networks, Fox and NBC and CBS and whatever, and ESPN to have to cough up more coin. And bravo to Netflix to say, no way, no how, you greedy bastards. No, we're not doing that. We're not interested in doing that. And very seldom do people push back. It's refreshing for them to tell the NFL no. We understand what your product is. We're happy for you, whatever. Take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Take it elsewhere. Let somebody else cough up all this coin. Can you imagine signing a deal and telling people you better tear that up and pay more now, otherwise you might not get games later? The goal and what they're trying to do. So Netflix pushing back is the greatest sign. And if Amazon does something or some of these other places push back too, the NFL will have nowhere to go. Like, that's the scary part for them.
Well, you know what?
Because linear television, last thing, there's just not that much money. You know what I mean? They're already working at a loss to have the games on. At some point, someone's going to say no.
And I've said that, I use that equation when we talk about who's going to be the first MLB team or what NFL team is going to say no to a quarterback that's quote-unquote next up. You know how they just, oh, yeah, he's not even the greatest, but he's next up, so I guess I got to break the $58, $60 million with him because he's next up. Or MLB, I want 700 players just because I'm up next. And I always feel like at some point teams are going to be like, nah, man, I got $550 million for you. That's all I can give you. I'm not giving you $750 just because you're next up. And truth be told, you're not even better than the last guy who just got that. And I say that to say Netflix is in an interesting position because I feel like Netflix is NFL in the NFL. They're scarcitying the NFL. They're saying, no, I actually would rather cherry pick the week, cherry pick the game, give me my 5 or 6 or whatever it is, and I can have the game, and my thing can still feel like a moment, a marquee game, like this big Netflix moment. And that's kind of what they're doing with sports. They're like they're dabbling their foot into sports, right? They haven't fully committed where they're having like full-on slates of things. They cherry pick a fight. We'll do this fight. We'll do this Jake Paul thing. We'll do this football thing. We'll have a special Olympic thing or here. Like, they're cherry picking sports so that it feels like an event, so that because we know how expensive it is to have weekly NFL. So they're kind of using the same scarcity model of the NFL. We only have 17 weeks versus 82 in the NBA, NHL, 162 in baseball. And Netflix is saying, cool, we're going to do the same thing. We will cherry pick which ones we want. And what they're ultimately going to do, Rob, is they're gonna kind of wait this thing out, and everybody's going to think, as we're talking about, Netflix isn't really into it. And you mentioned it. Maybe drive down the prices a little bit, and okay, it is what it. And then they're going to mess around, and once they do what they want to do it and really dabble into sports, they're going to come in and scoop up the NFL at a lesser rate. And they're just playing the waiting game right now. They're very strategic. They have because they're not a singular thing, meaning they do documentaries, movies, TV shows, kid stuff, sports. They're going to come in when the time is right to really fully commit to it. But right now, they're saying no because they're hearing the screen. What do you mean you talk about? Man, I can't keep up with the NBA game. I don't know if it's Peacock. I don't know if it's
We
Amazon
don't know where
Prime.
it is.
Netflix
100%.
hears that. They hear that. And so they don't want to be part of that problem right now. They're saying we'll cherry pick. We'll make ours be big-time games where you're kind of looking for, okay, we got the one Netflix game coming up versus every week and trying to figure out what's what and where. And I think they're just kind of hanging around till they decide to jump fully in. But, yeah, they're telling NFL, hold on, we're good where we are right now.
I'm going to say this.
We like it how we like it. We'll get the few we want. We're good.
I do believe that one of the networks, it could be Fox, one of the networks is going to give up the NFL because of they can't make any money.
Look how many leagues, to your point, they lost money with NBA. They lost money with baseball. They're losing. They're losing all these, what do they call them, the RSNs, the regional sports networks?
Right. And the rights fees are so astronomical. Like, you can't afford not to have it on your air, but you don't make any money. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's, I get it. You want to be able to attract people to your network, but you're losing money and the fees are so. That's why CBS originally gave it up when Fox got it. When I was, you know what I mean? When that happened, it was back then. CBS was like, we can't do this. Not fiscally responsible, paying fees when we're not making money off the NFL at that time. It was a big deal, and that's what happened. But this is interesting. 877-99 on Fox. Want to hear from you. 877-996-6369. Are you happy that Netflix is standing up to the big bully that is the NFL? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
If Netflix already has enough money in the US of A.
Last night we were talking about the, we should say the Lakers and the Thunder. and the foul calls and people. That's all people talked about. The non-calls against the Lakers and stuff. Spell it out.
Guys, I don't want to make it seem like it's sour grapes because I'm the resident Laker fan on this show.
It is sour grapes.
But when you have Legion of Hoops, when you have ESPN, when you have BetMGM,
Bleacher.
when you have Bleacher, freaking Foot Locker weighing in on the officiating in that game, you know it's gone bad. Now, in case you lived under a rock, last night, Game 2, Oklahoma City wins going away as they were expected
wait a minute.
to.
Did the Lakers didn't cover the 15.5?
No, couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. No, the Oklahoma City close for most of the game, and they pulled away in the third and fourth quarter. They ended up going away. But all anybody wanted to talk about was the Oklahoma City Thunder and what they do to the officiating on two hands. Number one, they will grab, clutch, hold, elbow, whatever it takes on the defensive end. It's part of what makes them such an elite defensive team. Kudos to them. But on the flip side, on the offensive end, they will flop and flail and whine and cry and do all the things that people hate about today's NBA. It was so bad. You had Austin Reeves calling the official a word I can't say on the air and have a powwow with him after the game. And in the post-game, J.J. Redick let his frustrations be known.
Yeah, I mean, I sarcastically said the other day they were the most disruptive team without fouling. I mean, they have a few guys that foul on every possession, and all the good defenses do. SGA gets like I don't even know, a touch foul, I guess, on the drive. There was a stretch where 4 straight possessions, our guys got absolutely clobbered trying to make an entry pass to Jackson, and Jalen Williams is grabbing his jersey with both arms. That's a turn. They're hard enough to play. They're hard enough to play. You've got to be able to just call it if they foul, and they do foul.
You know I can't stand J.J. Redick. I'll just be clear with that. But I'm going to say this. This is why nobody likes the Oklahoma City Thunder. When people ask, how come people don't embrace this team? It was through draft picks. It was through the idea that it was homegrown and they built this and they're young, exciting guys and they win and all they do is win. And why don't people embrace this franchise? Last night was Exhibit A on why people don't embrace the OKC Thunder. They're garbage. It's a terrible watch. During the regular season, right? It's unbelievable how much they get away with it. Yes, they play great defense because they do foul. SGA, all he does is get calls. He's doing the same thing to everybody else. And no call it when he's doing it, and when people do it to him, they call it. It is unwatchable. Normally, I don't want to hear the coach, J.J. Redick, belly aching about officials. But we've seen this act long enough, and it's awful to watch. It's a bad brand of basketball. It's must turn off TV. That's what it is. Must turn off TV. Because who wants to watch this garbage? I heard somebody say, Adam Silver, the Mexican millionaires. Are you kidding me? I've been covering this damn league since 1987. And it is absolute garbage to watch what people watched last night. The idea that Foot Locker would chime in and they're not even trying to hawk any sneakers tells you all you need to know. It was that bad, that blatant, that people don't even want to. What is this? Can you let them play basketball and earn it if they're that great? Awful, Kelvin. I'm telling you, absolute. Why would you watch that?
Yeah, what made it crazy, Rob, is when the Pistons won yesterday, to you guys' point, all the sites, hey, good comeback, or Kane had a big fourth quarter. When the Knicks won, the Knicks, they eke out a win against Sixers. When the Spurs win, way to come back, bounce back from a game. When the Thunder win, this wasn't just comments in the hater section or something. This was coming from sites saying, look at all these non-calls, or look at SGA here, or look at Chet flopping. And that's what made it interesting, because you expect comments to hate, right? People are going to hate, oh, this person, that. LeBron is of this, KD's of that. That's what the comment section is for. I think what shocked me this time was actual legitimate outlets leading with that. Time to be alive. Odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin
I'm glad
Washington.
I was 40 when this came on.
First of all, they've done studies, and they say that the large audience of cartoons is actually adults. Yeah, look that up. You'll be shocked how many adults watch cartoons. And I don't even mean just like Cartoon Network. I mean, it's like a comfort thing.
You're creepy.
It's like a comfort. It's a comfort thing.
That is creepy.
I cover Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme on Thursday. Coming up, don't forget, we got File or Fair Foul with J.R. Gamble coming up here in about 5 minutes or so. We got Last Call on the way as well. And also, got to tell you that stream us live wherever you happen to be with the iHeart app. Catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it's always going to pop up at the top of your screen, so make sure you do that. Let's take a quick call here. We're just talking about Netflix and kind of, give a little bit of a Heisman, if you will, a little stiff arm to the NFL, saying, we don't want to pay all this money for all those games right now. We're good. They'll pass on that. And making a fan out of Rob in the process. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Kevin in Culver City. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kevin?
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Let me tell you, man, back in the day, that used to be the lineup. DuckTales at 4 o'clock, Peter Pan at 4:30 on Fox, and then Looney Tunes. This was way before even Power Rangers.
Oh, man. What are you talking about? DuckTales? Who watched that?
DuckTales was
years
lit.
old. That was my lineup, and I still watch the sport.
I passed on the Peter Pan.
What year? Wait a minute, Kevin. What year was that? You're talking about DuckTales. What year? I'm
That
just
was
trying to get
1991, 1990. That was.
I
way
was
early 90s
running the
on Fox.
streets. I was covering the New York Knicks for the Daily News in New York. I was going out every night, getting drunk after the games, hanging out. That's what I was doing.
So let me do the math here.
I was 20. I was like 27 years old.
So you got a 36-year-old out here in these streets. Dad.
Oh yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. The NFL, what they're doing is they're going to oversaturate their product. And that's the problem here. I remember back in the day, 1995 was Fox, NBC, CBS, maybe at ESPN on Sunday night, and that was it. And you knew where you could get your stuff. Now, you don't know where you're getting your NFL football. There's so many things to pick from. I couldn't even find the Timberwolves and Spurs game on Monday. I'm like, where is it? You don't know where anything is at. They're going to oversaturate their product, and some of these streaming partners are going to say, hey, you know what? We don't really need you. We could show Goodfellas. We could go show, the new season of Love Island. We could go show some basketball or baseball. This is not where the NFL's the big gorilla in this streaming Netflix space. It's not like that over there. So they better not get too cocky, or they're not going to have anywhere to go, and they're going to go back to where they were before. So I love what Netflix is doing, standing up to the big gorilla, because enough's enough. All these games, more games for the players, run them into the ground. It's a big business. Let's keep making billions, and we'll just add more games. We're going to Australia. We're going to Mexico. They're going to be going to Africa.
Brazil.
They're going all over.
It's crazy.
Speaking of which, why Africa can't get no game? You're right about that. Why Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana,
Are you
Morocco,
kidding?
why they can't get a game?
They said they already got Africa in the NFL. They don't need
We got the African
That's gotta be racist.
Americans up in here.
Racist.
No, now that I think about it, Rob G, I'm mad about this.
The league is 70% black. Where are they going?
They can't take us home? No, I'm real mad about this, Bree. No, Bree, I'm actually, the more I think about it, if it was just once, I get the London, right? We've had the Euro FL or whatever. Okay, fine, I get that. London, okay, it's a 6-hour flight. You mean to tell me we can't hit Nigeria at this point?
Now,
We can't hit Kenya?
When we say home, how home are we talking?
We're talking big home. We're talking the
Like
birthplace of everybody.
In the motherland, like no seats, just
Hold on.
we're playing in the
You
sand.
hanging on by your card
I'm
right
just
now.
asking.
You know
Do
what?
not
See,
do
wait a
that.
minute.
Are we going to
No,
South
Rob
Africa
G,
with the
I've been-
apartheid?
Rob G,
No, don't go to South.
if you said that, Roger Goodell said, we'll just build a stadium in Harlem. We'll be all good. It'll just
Yeah, he's like,
We'll take over Rucker Park.
be.
They're going to say, we already got Detroit Lions. What more do you want? No, I'm mad about that.
You would not want to watch a NFL game in the Pride Lands.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Africa's
you would not.
amazing.
No, I'm talking about in the real motherland
Oh, no,
of
I ain't
Africa.
saying that. I ain't saying
In the savannah. Would you want to see that?
I've been on the safari.
And would you want to see a football game out there?
I mean, I would live. That's the real Detroit Lions.
Where'd you go on a safari? Where?
Kruger National Park.
Where?
So, in South Africa. So you're going towards you're leaving Cape Town, going towards Johannesburg, right off the coast of the line of what was it? Zimbabwe?
And did you see a lot of animals?
Yeah, and the best part was I was the one that spotted the lion. And he was just chilling over there, and I'm like, wait, to the whole little, the little Range Rover, Land Rover vehicle, whatever. I was like, look, a lion. Everybody's like, ah!
And guess what? And Rob G, the Lion took an L. I'm just saying.
So stupid. Don't you know what?
Do you see any aquatic animals out there?
Why would I say aquatic in a safari?
Aquatic.
That would be
What
Rob
was
on
that
the tour.
again?
For 2 seconds, I was about to call Rob G's high school and be like, yo,
I can see
y'all
Rob. Just
gotta
Rob
hold
going
him
to
back.
Rob going to SeaWorld.
Y'all are ridiculous.
I brought you an MLB Bro shirt. It's aquatic.
Yo, South Africa, I'm telling
It's
you, man.
waterproof.
Nah, I'm mad, Rob G. 9 games in the NFL.
They're not
They
going
can't
to
go.
South Africa. They're not going to Africa.
Kelvin,
Why?
stop it. Stop
Why?
it,
It's
Kelvin.
outrageous.
That's not happening. It's just not happening. They
Okay,
don't.
you know
I'm
what?
telling
I'm
you.
mad about this. I'm for real mad. I'm boycotting. This was the day right
You
now.
know what? The NFL,
That's
I
what
already
did it,
see
Kelvin.
it.
That was the final straw. There's some other stuff that did it. Shout out Colin Kaepernick.
They could remake the movie Cotton Comes to Harlem.
See, this is what I'm
Right?
talking about.
NFL comes to Harlem. No.
No. Both of y'all hanging on by y'all cars by a thread.
Sorry, I
right
went
now.
back 10 minutes. Rob, what are you going to do the aquatic again? All right, there we go.
Bree,
That
save
is
us.
so crazy.
If it's Bree, it's for we. What's up, Bree?
Bree, can you imagine a grown man married with 3 kids making that sound? Just like,
He just did it, right?
Listen,
right, Alex? Let me hear it again. This is a grown married man.
now when I buy us some wings and cheesecake because of these voice actors royalty checks, you're gonna be happy. Hey, Alex, put another 20 wings on there. Get 10 more fries and 6 lemonades. I can't believe that. Bree, don't ever leave Rob and Alex alone with your credit card.
Alex, come here. Hold on. What are you ordering?
What do you get?
The 20? No, get the 50.
No, you get the
I'm going to be
50.
hungry later.
No, Alex, I told Alex get the 40. He was like, no,
But you know
get
what?
the 75.
I'm gonna be honest though. I got my feelings hurt with Ryan, with Bursch's going away party.
Oh, what happened?
Why?
He didn't bring him back?
No one brought wings over for me. I was so disappointed. I could not believe as much love and happiness as I wanted to share
What,
with
in the Al Green?
Ryan Bursch leaving to go to the new station and everything. I was so happy for him. And the least they could do was walk across the street a 10-piece of all flats Parmesan garlic.
That's a Scott Shapiro
Hey, I saw somebody, a meme that said all flats, anybody who order all flats, they said, you thinking too much about it. Man up and eat some drumsticks. They was making fun of people. They say, be an adult. Don't nobody order all flats.
That's true.
And I thought of you immediately, Rob. Bree, what we got?
Alrighty, guys. Just starting with the NHL, the Canadians are on top of the Sabres. It's 6-3, 6.5 minutes left to go in the third period. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. At 6:30 Eastern Time, the Golden Knights are in Anaheim. They're going to try to beat the Anaheim Ducks and take care of business there. And in baseball, Kyle Schwarber has hit his MLB leading 18th home run of the season. The Phillies are on top of the Red Sox at 3-1. Cubs outscoring the Braves 2-0. It's the bottom of the 8th. White Sox beating the Royals at 5-1. Earlier today, the Reds crushed the Nationals 15-1. The Mets swept the Tigers 9-4. Twins beat the Marlins 9-1. And news out of the NFL, the schedule has been released. We got a Super Bowl 60 rematch between the Patriots and Seahawks. And for the first time ever, we have a Thanksgiving Eve game between the Packers and Rams. The Rams are leading the way. They have the most primetime games at 7 and leading the way with 6 primetime games. The Packers, Chiefs, Bills, and Seahawks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bree.
Have a good night.
Odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursday. We got last call coming up in a little bit, but right now it is time for Foul or Fair with J.R. Gamble.
That ball is. It was a big week in the big leagues.
Who's up? I don't believe it! My, oh my!
Is it foul or is it fair? And now, from MLBBro.com, here's J.R. Gamble.
That's right. It is Foul or Fair here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio segment. Where we go around the diamond to discuss all the biggest headlines in Major League Baseball, nor do so properly. We had to bring in a real expert. We had to bring in a guy who's like, you know what, Cal? The Big Dumper sounds like a good name for you. None other than my guy, J.R. Gamble.
No, you said Cal, not Kel.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
What's up?
Yeah, more like the Big Slumper than the Big Dumper. That's all I'm saying.
That was good.
He gets a pass.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
I'm a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy.
Fun guy.
Obviously, I love the
Now
game
I
of
gotta
basketball.
Go to the bathroom.
By myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Well, speaking of fun guys, J.R. Gamble's a fun guy, and he's going to help us address all these big baseball headlines. And because he's the star of the segment, he gets the first crack at every single one. So let's get to it. As you all know, rivalry weekend is upon us in Major League Baseball. Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Angels, Cubs, White Sox, highlighting the slate of games. Sounds good until you realize that Guardians, Reds, which I didn't even know was a rivalry, is the only matchup of two teams that are currently above 500. So, guys.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Foul or fair to say that rivalry weekend, JR, is actually pretty terrible?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
I mean, of course, these rivalries are better when the teams are good, but rivalries I don't think are ever based off of that. You know, if a team's good or not, it's history, proximity, bragging rights. You can always find a way to get the fans excited, I think, with those elements. In addition, being that it's not even the midway point yet, you know, these wins count because all of those teams are not totally out of it. Yet the players still play and the fans still come to enjoy the experience. So I'm not sure it matters that much because history plays a large part in why these games are even relevant.
Yeah, I say it's foul.
That is a foul ball.
And the reason is a rivalry. It doesn't matter what the records are. If that was the case, like Michigan-Ohio State would never have been a rivalry when Ohio State was beating the drum. Am I right, Kelvin?
Right,
you know that. But it's still a big game. And you know what? Go take a look at the attendance on these games. That's why Major League Baseball is never going to go away from it because they do so well. Like, after all these years, I went to the very first Mets-Yankees game at Yankee Stadium, a real game in 1997, and it's still rolling strong, the ticket sales.
Yeah, I think it's foul, too, because
that is a foul ball.
When you hate a team, like living here in L.A., Rob, you know this. You've been to those games. Dodger fans don't give a dang what the Giants are doing, or Giants don't give a dang.
Terrible,
they want to beat them. I don't care if you're good, great, indifferent. It's a real rivalry. And you mentioned it. Michigan can be down. Ohio State can be down. They want blood from those other teams. So rivalries still matter. And it's early in baseball, too. So being below 500 doesn't matter quite now as it will in maybe July.
All right, topic number 2, foul or fair with the odd couple. J.R. Gamble with the fellas. Shohei Ohtani,
Yes,
Rob's favorite player, off to a blistering start as a pitcher. He's got an absurd 0.82 ERA through his first 7 starts. Second best mark by any Dodgers pitcher since 1912 when Rob was born.
Wow.
The catch is, unlike most pitchers, Ohtani's only pitching every 6 days instead of every 5 days. So, JR, foul or fair to say that Ohtani's .82 ERA needs to have an asterisk next to it?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
Because wait, so pitching every 6 days instead of 5 days is basis for losing points or consideration for high CRA and awards, but not being able to get out the 4th or 5th inning, that don't matter? Because if that doesn't hurt pitchers, then I don't
Right.
You know, having an extra day between the start would hurt somebody. Ohtani plays both ways. We spoke about this, Kelvin, Rob, last week. So it's only common sense to allow him an extra day rest in the rotation for the Dodgers. And then 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever they're doing is working. So he's doing the same things again. So no, ridiculous, no.
I'm going to say it's foul.
That is a foul ball.
I'm just against asterisk, but I'm going to say this. He won't qualify for if he doesn't have enough innings pitching every 6th day compared to 5th. So he won't qualify to get the ERA leader, you know what I mean? Right. The best ERA in the game or in the National League or whatever, it's the Cy Young, and that's the problem. He won't have enough innings to qualify pitching every 6 days. So it's great and whatnot. As long as he can't qualify for the Cy Young, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's foul. I'm with you guys.
That is a foul ball.
But you brought up a great point, Robin. I wonder if they'll start to speed them up. You know what I mean? Get back to the 5 days, get back to get enough innings and all that towards the last
Because you got to have I don't know what the number is off the top of my head, but you know, yeah.
No, you're right. And also to add to why it's foul to me as well is because, again, we talked about this last time. You mentioned it, JR. When you're doing something unique and special, well, there's unique and special circumstances. That's just the way it goes. And I think that he deserves that, and he's been great for baseball because of what he's doing. We haven't seen it ever done at this level. So I think you make that exception. You roll with it. So to me, I think it's foul to say that he deserves an asterisk. He's hitting. Well, he ain't hitting right now, but he's hitting.
You gotta keep him healthy.
And he's pitching.
Number one, got to keep him healthy.
True.
I hate when y'all agree. All right, last one. Fowler, Fair, JR,
These questions
Gamble.
are a little janky.
You know what,
here.
Rob? You write the damn question.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I got a podcast to do.
Last one. American League reigning home run king Cal Raleigh, not Aaron Judge, just hit the 10-day IL with an oblique injury, and just in time, too, because that man's been struggling. Shout out Joe Namath.
Struggling.
But let's go macro, guys. The big dumper hit 60 dingers last season.
Woo.
Foul or fair to say that Raleigh will never hit more than 40 in a season the rest of his career?
Struggling.
Fair.
It's a fair ball.
And I talked about this with my son, J.C. Gamble, all the time. Every really good player has a peak season. And sometimes those peak seasons are like way off the charts compared to what they usually do. But every, great player has one. He could hit 40 again, but I feel like it's very unlikely. His career high before the 60, I believe, was 34, and he had 30 the year before that. So he's not Aaron Judge or a prolific slugger year in and year out, I'm saying. So you could say you could even say he had a fluke season, honestly, because 60 home runs. So, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. Shout out to the big dumper.
I'm going to say it's fair.
It's a fair ball.
Woo.
For the big slumper. That was a outlier. He'll never have another season like that. He hit 60 home runs, was ridiculous, and he still couldn't win the MVP. And now he's back to being what he was, and which is he might hit 30 some odd home runs, which is good, but he is not that player. The best part about it is that they didn't take an MVP away from Aaron Judge for a guy who was a one-off or an anomaly kind of season for one guy. I like the idea that he didn't beat out Judge, but no, he's not getting 40 again.
That's why they wanted to give it to him, just because of what you said.
Yeah, but that's not why they
Crazy,
should.
right?
They should give it. Yep.
Well, I'm going to hop in real quick and just say it's fair. You guys just mentioned it. I don't have much to add. This man went 2 home runs, 27 home runs, 30. Then he got to 34, 60. So he's got his swing, but to say 40, that might be too much considering he only did the one time. And I just don't see it happening again, which is not a knock to him. Shoot, if you hit 35 for another 4 or 5 years, you had a great career.
Ooh, I'm feeling
the same couple.
Yeah, I don't really like this.
Screw the odd couple, the same couple.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I should have just said foul just to say foul. My goodness.
I love you guys.
You know what? Well, it's just about the producer coming up with provocative questions. I'm just saying.
Rob, that next In the Parker podcast is gonna be all jacked up. It's gonna have all types of messages.
Wait a minute. It's too late, Kelvin. I mean, that was the job today.
From the Fox.
Yeah, he's gonna tell you, but he's gonna.
He
mess
already
you up.
jacked it.
What you
Yeah, you should check
more
out.
than Rob in his suit jacket.
Yeah, you won't have him. At least you didn't
At
get
least I didn't have my underwear on when
could've
I
been
was
all
ironing
bad.
my shirt.
Kelvin said tidy whitey.
No, I thought he was going to. I was nervous, JR. He going to have his tidy whities on TV, and they still would have ran it. Them little chicken legs would have been on TV. Ashley, didn't nobody want to see that.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. They didn't tell me that they were going to show it. So I had no idea when we came on and then BK had the video, and I was like, are you serious? I didn't even realize they were recording.
Would you have been mad if it was you and your tidy whities?
No, they wouldn't have done that.
What if they did?
Nah, he would have had boxes on for one. It wouldn't have been
Yes,
tidy whitey.
thank you. You already know it. And you know what? I'm not going to be, what was his name? Jeffrey Tubin or whatever. We're not having that or whatever his name.
And I tell you what, too. Rob would act like he was mad till he'd have been like, yo, it's got 122,000 views. I guess they wanted to see the tidy whities. You'd have been all right with it then.
You know, I would have sent it to you, Rob G, Elijah.
127,000. Check your phone.
Stop blowing up.
Hey,
Rob,
JR, dog.
Blowing.
Appreciate you, man. We'll do it again
All
next
right.
week.
Yeah, fellas, love you.
All right, no doubt, man. We'll do it again. All right, on the way, last call, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Last call, hit us up.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you entertain.
But the other game is tonight, the nightcap. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs taking on Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And ahead of that game, Yardbarker, which we get some content from. They got some good stories on there.
What? Wait a minute. Those are fans, right? Writing stuff?
No.
What is that?
No, like they're like sports bloggers and opinion. Like they write little blurbs about stuff.
You didn't help yourself, Rob.
They didn't go to journalism school.
Hey, let him get these takes off, Rob. So there's a columnist or a blogger, whatever you want to call him. He writes for Yardbarker. Wrote a piece ahead of Game 3 on the heels of Anthony Edwards after Game 2 making his franchise record 40. Well, speaking of forcing it, there's another person in the basketball world who's been forcing it the last couple of days.
Forcing us to have to deal with him.
Than Rob Parker's favorite player out of Michigan State.
We can't even get away from him this game. He's front row.
Draymond Money Green has been filling in for Shaq on Inside the NBA, and last night during the broadcast, Chuck said something to the effect of, the Warriors' run is over. You guys are not going to win a championship. You're too old. It happens to everybody as great as you were, 36, 37 years old. It happens. Draymond didn't seem to respond to that in a classy fashion. Take a listen.
Sports are for young people. You hope to have a great long career, but sports, nobody wins when they're 37, 38.
But you said what you said. I didn't want to hear if he believes what you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal is just to not look like you in the Houston Rockets uniform.
Yeah.
Is ultimately the goal for us. Like, we don't want to.
What does that look like?
Did you see it?
I'm just asking.
I saw it.
No, nobody laughed because it wasn't funny. It was. If I'm gonna just be honest, you know, I'm not with the podcast, right? If I'm not with the podcast where people don't put effort in, that's what I should say. Okay, if you're doing a podcast and you're pushing back and you're asking questions and you're giving some information and you're not doing inside jokes and all this kind of stuff, I'm okay. But the idea that some TV executive, I don't know where ESPN, wherever it could be, looks at Draymond Green and thinks that they have the next Charles Barkley. He's Charles Barkley 2.0. They could not be more wrong. I'm sorry, because I don't get it. Charles Barkley, what he said wasn't a rip on the Warriors. It was realistic. He named all the other teams. In general. He was real with it. It wasn't a Draymond, you suck. That's not what the conversation was. Draymond sitting there, there's a conversation about teams getting older, and that was natural. Draymond turned into Mean Girl. He's just mean. He's not funny. He's not insightful. You can't say anything to him without him getting his panties in a bunch. How is that good television? It ain't good television. Even when Charles Barkley's ripping on something, there's a degree of humor he can laugh at himself.
Oh,
Draymond can't laugh at himself. It's always me against everybody. Oh, don't say that. You can't say anything to me. I'm going to cut you down. Nobody laughed on that set about Charles Barkley in a Rockets uniform. Because it wasn't funny. You were just trying to be mean-spirited because you've been blessed to win 4 championships. I got news for you. You weren't close to the talent Charles Barkley was. Not even close. So don't even like this whole idea. You can go ahead and play that game. Charles never won, so he's not a great player. I'm sorry. I'm not on that bus. I covered Charles Barkley during those years. You need to pop into YouTube, go to YouTube or pop in a VHS tape and watch Charles Barkley.
MVP.
He was a great player. He didn't win. Everybody doesn't win. That doesn't make you better than him. And for you to be so damn sensitive every time somebody has something to say, it's pathetic.
Yeah, and you mentioned something. If you're going to be on TV, if you're going to be on radio, one of the things you have to be is self-deprecating. You know that.
Yes.
We make fun of ourselves. We roast ourselves, or we roast you, you roast me. We go, Rob G, your legs swinging, and all like this it's a part of it. Seriously, we make Boomerang Bree. You know, like it's part of the game, if you will. And anytime, and that's why people get mad at Shaq sometimes, because Shaq's always got the jokes and all that. But anytime they bring up something or somebody roasts him good, what is he? Well, you ain't got no rings, Chuck. And we all go, Shaq. It's lowbrow. It's low hanging fruit.
What is
like,
that?
Don't get mad because Shaq got you good. And then you ain't got no rings. Like that's all you ever can go to. You ain't got no rings. And it's the same thing with Draymond. It's like Austin Rivers said, dude, you're high IQ. You got this. But what are you talking about that he stunted your career? Now you got to go low. Your daddy did this. And Chuck makes a great point. And then you're trying to have a better career. By the way, you know what Chuck was averaging them years? Like 16 and 12. You know what I mean? Like
right.
they were in the postseason. So like, y'all didn't make the postseason. And you weren't averaging 16 and 12. So don't you want to at least look like that?
But did you hear the teams that he mentioned when he talked about it? Isaiah's Pistons.
It's a
Birds,
point when it ends.
Celtics. He all the great teams. Never alone. Did you watch this, Kelvin?
This your joint.
Yeah, we got to get the ending. Here we go. Marla Gibbs.
No
place like home.
You're never alone.
I just like the ending. Here we go.
Here we go. Finish big.
Ain't no place like.
Believe it.
Ain't no place like.
Believe it.
There ain't no place like. There's no place like home. I mean, no place, child. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
TV theme song Thursday. Great way to.
227.
227.
227.
Right. 227. I used to.
Ow.
I mean, no place, child.
I got a chance
Alex,
to interview Regina King, who was on the show a couple years back, man. She was great. Awesome. Get to talk to her, man. Legendary, of course, on that show, a bunch of movies, other shows as well. What you pulling out?
My cord. You know what? My thing's going about to die here. A minute.
Oh.
Rob, can I hijack last call? Would that be cool with you guys?
Yeah.
Because I have some YouTubians that are weighing in, and we read comments in hour 2, Dub, before you slid into the chair. A lot of negativity around Rob Parker today, so I figured let's end it that way.
What do you mean, like, up today? Like, I don't even understand. What did I do to these people?
Don't say that.
That man wake up, they mad.
So,
did Rob wake up?
This was in response to one of the shows that one of the songs you're talking about earlier in the show, Rob.
Oh, yeah, the pop joint, yeah.
And Bradley Smith says, I'm glad Rob was 40 when that came out. Because now he's almost dead, and then this show is going to improve.
Now, that was just, come on now.
Now, is that nice?
Hey, you know
not only is Rob a bad singer, he's always off beat. Well, he has a delay because he's working in radio.
You got to remember that. Yeah, that's the bad part, that there is a delay. So, sorry
we'll spare you on that. What
else? That's it?
That's not bad.
I just wanted to read that because I thought that was. I never thought of it from that way. Like, you're proud that you're 40 and that was like a core memory for you. And this guy's like, I'm glad you were 40 because
I don't know. Was that really 40? What year did you say that was? 79?
79.
So I think he's mixing up when we were talking about was it Saved by the DuckTales?
DuckTales.
Because you said you were 40.
What
with
year
DuckTales.
was that?
90, like 80, probably like an 80 to 93 run, 88 to 93 kind of ish, somewhere around there. Yeah, nice.
Like I said, I was thinking I was like in 27 years old, 1991, covering the Knicks, traveling the country. I was living my life, man. I was a happy young guy, man.
You don't
couldn't
believe
tell
it?
me
Ask
anything.
your local Kinko's representative.
Oh, yeah, dude. Rob Parker was a legend in those parts.
I ain't going to lie, Rob. I used to,
They speak his name in hushed tones.
They do.
I got to put she hit you with the she faxed that thing. And
she did Morse code, didn't you, Rob?
Morse code, bro.
She let someone read that before they sent it, which is crazy.
Oh God,
she did it.
Have you ever gotten a text, right? A fax love letter? Is that a fax love letter? I guess, right?
Man,
you can see Robbie's like a kid. He's like, look at the girl across the street. She's doing Morse code with the back porch light. Look, she's calling for me.
But Alex, we're supposed to do a thing where
that's coming this summer. It's coming this summer.
Summertime.
That's right.
We are going to read stanzas of this infamous Kinko's.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all have to decide whether or not this is true or we made this part up.
All I know is I got to put some respect on your name, Rob. I ain't going to hold you up. Because she went to Kinko's and she said, "No, I don't need no copies."
They hung Rob's jersey up
She
there.
wasn't here for no copies.
That thing's
She said,
retired.
"I want the original Rob Lee Parker Jr. III."
The unbelievable thing is that I still have it.
Well,
right?
now
with the
that's
Kinko's.
That's why Rob liked James Harden. They got so much in common.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Legends.
Oh, legends.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?
Bye, Kinko's.